Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am that Keto Lady, and I just want to start off by saying thanks for tuning in on today's video. The channel is growing, it's exciting, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. I would love it if you would do that. And if you haven't already checked out my e-cookbook, Big Easy Keto, I will link it below. It has 63 of my personal recipes in it, no crazy ingredients required, and just about anybody can conquer the recipes in it. They're not super detailed, but they are super delicious. So in today's video, we're going to be making a personal sized pizza. It is so incredibly easy to make, and it is so delicious. These pizzas can be made ahead of time for meal prep. They can be frozen if you want to make them ahead of time and have them in the freezer on hand. If you want to have a snack ready for when the kids get home, or you need a good lunch to bring to work, whatever the case may be, it's a super versatile recipe, and it doesn't really take much effort to make it at all. I got all of the ingredients that I needed from Walmart, including the bowl that I'm going to be showing you in a minute to make the crust in. Yes, we're going to be making the crust in a bowl. This is not a fathead dough. It is something that I've kind of tweaked a little bit along the way. I've been wanting to make this for a while, and I think you'll be excited to see that you probably already have most of the ingredients in your pantry. So with all that being said, let's cook up some pizza. Before we get started, y'all know I always like to go over the ingredients that we're gonna need for the specific recipe. In today's recipe, we're gonna need almond flour, baking powder, we're gonna need butter, we're gonna need Italian seasoning, we're gonna need an egg, we're gonna need sweetener, we're gonna need yeast, and let me just touch on this really quickly. This is not to make it rise or anything else. Yeast has a flavor, and to me, sometimes by adding just a little bit into a recipe can change the flavor. So when you think of a pizza dough crust, it has that yeast in it. So why would I leave it out when I'm making a pizza dough or a pizza crust? So this is not for anything that's to do with rising of the dough or anything. It is simply for flavor. So that's the ingredients that we're gonna need. You could always add in whatever blend of seasonings you want. I'm just sticking with Italian seasoning today, but you could absolutely throw in a little bit of garlic powder, whatever you want. And then I'm gonna show you the bowl that we're gonna be using. I got this at Walmart. I will try to find the link so you can see on here. It says dishwasher and microwave safe. This is what we're gonna be making the pizza crust in. So let's get started. So here's what our pizza dough crust is gonna look like. We're gonna put this in the microwave for 90 seconds or 1.5 minutes. So if you've watched my breakfast sandwich video, this will look similar to that. And that's because I based the dough recipe off of the breakfast sandwich one. So the reason that I cooked it in this size bowl is because, you know, a personal size pizza is usually a circle, and I think this works perfect. It's a great size. So anyway, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it out, and the next step that we're gonna do is crucial, and that is we're gonna toast it up. If you leave the bread like this, it's fine, but you wanna have sort of that crispiness like the crust of a pizza would have. So don't skip the next step. I want to give you a close-up of what it looks like. It's super light and airy. You can see all of the Italian seasoning flavors in there. And I'm just gonna heat up my skillet and toast it. So to give you an idea of how big this pizza will be, it is 7 inches from here to here. I have my heat on about a medium heat, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my crust, and this is the part I was saying that is crucial. We're gonna toast it on both sides because it just does something for the flavor. It just does. I can't even explain it. So we're gonna toast it for a little bit on this side, a little bit on the other side. There is no oil, no butter, no nothing in the skillet, just a dry skillet. This has butter in it, remember that. So that's gonna toast up nicely in the bread. Alright, so it's been a few minutes on each side, and I want you to see it has a nice toasty texture. I'm going to take it off of the skillet, and the next part is the best part of all. We're going to finish this off in the air fryer after we top it. I want to talk about the different red sauce, pasta sauce, marinara sauce that you can use on the pizza that, in my opinion, are keto friendly. So the first one is one from Trader Joe's, and this one has 5 net carbs for a half a cup. We're only going to use a couple of tablespoons. But I just want to show you the main thing that you want to look at is that yes, there are sugars in here. There are 3 sugars, but they are naturally occurring sugars from the tomatoes. There aren't any added sugars in here. If you were to look at different jars of pasta sauce, you would see things like high fructose corn syrup, cane syrup, things like that. So when you look at the label, make sure you look at that because it's important. Just find the one that has the least amount of carbs and the cleanest of ingredients. This is one that I got at Walmart. This is a phenomenal find. I want to say it was only $2.98. And this one for a half a cup has 5 net carbs, so similar in the carb count. But again, the main thing that you want to look at, this says it has 5 sugars. No big deal though, because they're naturally occurring sugars. It's not added sugars, which would be like, you know, refined sugar, corn syrup, any kind of those things. So if you look on here, you'll see there is no added sugars. And this is a very clean pasta sauce that I found at Walmart. So anyway, I just wanted to give you just a little tidbit on what we're looking at as far as that's concerned. And yes, I have an open jar of pasta sauce in my refrigerator at all times because if you follow me on Instagram, you know that about once a week I make a pizza in a bowl, usually on Sundays, and so I always have this in the refrigerator that I can just take a couple of tablespoons out of. All right, I am putting the pizza into the air fryer. I love my air fryer. I will link it below. It is so easy to use, and I can put this portion and the basket portion both in the dishwasher, which makes for easy cleanup. But you'll see I use parchment paper in here, not wax paper, but you can use parchment paper. It will be totally fine as long as you don't put it up high where it's going to touch the heating element in the top. But we're going to go ahead and cook it in the air fryer because it's super quick and easy that way. You could also put this in the oven. I would do it on like 400 for, 5 minutes or so. But for today, we're going to put it in the air fryer because we're all about quick and easy in this video. And just like that, our personal pizza is done. We wanted to freeze this. What I would do is I wouldn't cook it. I would do just like you get the pizzas in the store. So I would go ahead and cook the crust. I would put my sauce on, my cheese on, my toppings on, and then I would wrap it like in saran wrap or put it in a Ziploc bag, something like that, and put it in the freezer. And then when you're ready, I would take the frozen pizza and pop it in the air fryer or the oven, whatever you want to do as far as heating it up and actually cooking it. I wouldn't cook it to this degree and then freeze it. if you cook it like this, put it in the refrigerator, it'll be fine. But if you're gonna freeze it, only cook the crust, obviously, and then don't do anything else. Just top it and freeze it, just like you would get a frozen pizza from the store. I don't know about you, but I love to put some Parmesan cheese on top of my pizza, so you can add whatever toppings you want. So what I did was I took some of the ranch dressing and I just drizzled it over the top of the pizza. So I'm not gonna eat this whole thing though, because I already had lunch and I'm kind of at a weird time. It's in between lunch and dinner right now. I wanna show you up close what it looks like. It has a phenomenal, stable crust. It's not flimsy or anything. And you can see underneath it's all nice and toasty. Man, that is good. Can you all see that? It is phenomenal. Spot on. It is so good. Man, that's good. What would be perfect to go with these? You could make the wings. I have that video posted also on my channel. Make the ranch dressing, dip everything in there. Perfect, perfect. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's it. I'm only gonna eat one piece because, like I said, I just had lunch and dinner's not too far from now. Thanks for joining in. See y'all next time. That concludes today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and more importantly, I hope that you will make it and share it with the ones that you love the most. If you haven't already checked me out on Instagram, I am Dat Keto Lady there as well. I post food and cooking stories and all that good stuff on a daily basis on that platform as well. And I would love it if you would check out my e-cookbook. It can be printed after purchase if you'd like. It's only 12 bucks. A total investment when it comes to your health journey. And I guess that's it. I'll see y'all on the next video.